Let me clear my throat. Hey. Oh, are we back? We blessed with another day that we're black. I said we're black. We are black. Most of us anyway. But we're back here with the Lord's blessing. Each and every night that we make it to another day is seriously a blessing. We're back on a Friday night, as promised. But even my promises can uphold anything. It's all through grace and grace alone. All right, tonight, I don't like to waste a lot of time. So you guys got to get in here. It's 8 o'clock or 8:05 CPT time. You guys should know better that we never start on schedule. So, you guys are used to me coming in here on 8:15, 8:20, but y'all gonna have to get in here right now before we begin. We got some good stuff for you. Some good stuff. Let's see where we are. All right. Let the room fill up. Let the room fill up. Let the room fill up. This is the IG Live. Let me go to Twitter. You know what? I want to see if you could do the Twitter spaces on here. I'm probably going to repeat this, but tomorrow I'm going to take my time to do a Zoom stream directly to YouTube tomorrow. And it's going to only be Saturdays. I'm going to do something special. Saturdays will only be for YouTube, streaming through Zoom. Because we're going to learn how to get a lot more people interacting with what we're doing. Let's see, Twitter could do this from a standpoint of a laptop. I don't know if they can. But we definitely can see. Notification, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so Twitter Spaces is just for the phone app, I guess. So I'm looking and I don't see it. Okay, so I guess it's like IG just for the phone. So they copy that technology from IG, I guess, directly. Let's see where you go with Twitter Spaces. If you guys know better than me, let me know. Mama's topics, blah blah blah, Twitter blue, and those keyboards. I'm gonna have to set up my other phone then, if I'm gonna be doing this. Twitter blue, get more out of Twitter. Access exclusive, blah blah blah. I don't have time to read that. Alright, so what I wanna do, if I gotta hook up another phone to do Twitter Spaces, and that's what it's gonna be. But I'm not even worried about it right now. Like I said, we'll do a Zoom tomorrow directly from the YouTube. YouTube under the same name, Marion Africa, or Stephen D. Lyles, or Marion Ghana, whichever one you want to search it under. So we're gonna do it under that. Give about another 2 minutes to y'all guys fill up the room so we could begin. I'm late. I'm supposed to be late. I'm the host. I don't want y'all guys to ever be late. I don't want y'all guys to ever be late. When I say 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. The start of the show, he comes in a little after to make that entrance, to make it special, to have that aura. And that aura just looks so beautiful. You know what I mean? Let me get my glasses. You see that long stretch? Y'all guys see that long stretch? Oh man. See, that's from the sports, playing them sports, growing up. All right. Okay. One more minute. One more minute. Get in here. 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 Because you Ghanaians, Nigerians, and Togoians, Benin, y'all going to want to hear this. Cote d'Ivoire, y'all going to want to hear this. I remember I flew to Togo, man. They actually took my laptop from me, kept my laptop from me the whole entire trip, and told me they would send it back because I couldn't turn my laptop on because my battery pack on my charger was in my check-in suitcase. So I spent my whole time in Togo without my laptop. It was horrible. It wasn't too bad. I had a lot of fun doing, well, what was considered fun back then. All right, let's see who we got. Come on, where you at? It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Friday night. We're not gonna start the show with just 10, 20 people in here. So it's Friday night. Come on now. I get started when y'all ready to get started. I know this is a new show, new channel and everything, but we're gonna need more than 20 people in here right now. We're gonna need more than 20 people before we get started. Oh, you know what? I got a great idea. So I think of things at the last minute. All right, tonight's show is about just what was posted. Tonight's show is about, are you, you're going to change the words, are you or why should you treat your love life like a business? All right. Okay, give me 1 second. This while y'all gather up in here. Once again, tonight's show is why you should handle your love life like a business. Now, you guys want to hear what I gotta say, so it's gonna be said. Let me type this in real quick and we can get started. Come on now. I'm up here misspelling words. All right. I think that's good right there. All right, so we're here on this Twitter space. All right. All right. Correction. Instead of Togolese. Sorry, Togolese. So I just been corrected. All right. Check 1, 2. This is what it's going to be. All right, we're here on YouTube, so I'm setting up the YouTube. So forgive me if you feel like I'm wasting your time, because I'm not. All right, let's get started. Why should you treat your love life like a business? Welcome to the Marion African Show. Why do we call it that? Company, marrying Ghana. But to keep a little separation, marrying Africa. Because it's not about one country. It's about everything. It's about everybody. We're one people. So we're going to work as one people, regardless if you like it or not. But today's topic, why should you treat your love life like a business? Okay, let's think a little bit about business right now. What do you think about when you think about business? Okay, let me ask you, when you think about business, you think about business proposal. So to all of my African sisters and brothers, Indians and Asians, when we think about business, we think about what? We think about an exchange of goods, profit, partnership, whatever it may be. But in order to first interact with another business partner, you have to have a proposal. So what is a business proposal? Well, the definition that we look up when we Google it, a business proposal is a document that's designed to persuade an organization to buy a product or service. So let's replace that. Let's replace that one word, organization, company. Organization could be a company, business, whatever. And the way that I told y'all to think about yourselves as a product on a marketplace. So you're thinking about yourselves as a product on a marketplace, you're a business. So let's reread it. A business proposal is a document that is designed to persuade a business to buy a product or service. So when you think about your love life, your relationship status, whatever it may be, and you understand that you're a product on the market and you have a price, just like anyone else, the document that is called a marriage certificate, that'll get you your bride's price and all of that, is a business proposal, first and foremost. So, as the definition goes, that business proposal is a document that is written up in a way to persuade you to buy a product or service. So in this case, that marriage certificate is a document to persuade you to take on this product. The product is you, be it man or woman. The service is the family structure and everything else that's around you. So we're going to deal with the product and the services of a business proposal. So along with the business proposal is an agreement in that. In that proposal that we call a marriage certificate, and we're going to differentiate between marriage certificate and relationship certificates. Because yes, I'm putting you guys up on a new game right now. When you get in a relationship, there has to be a certificate. Even if it's not marriage yet, when you guys from now on get in a serious relationship, there has to be a certified agreement. See, we got used to moving in a way of taking people's words. And those words we take, but then we find out those words ain't worth nothing. They're not worth anything. Oh, I love you. I'm never going to leave you. This and that. I'm always going to be with you. You can have my baby. I love you. I want to marry you. Then we find out later the words mean nothing at all. But if you had a signed agreement, those words hold a lot of weight. What is an agreement involved in that? An agreement, once again, Google, an agreement is an understanding or arrangement between two or more parties. In this case, two parties, unless we're talking about extra wives and concubines. A contract is a specific agreement with terms and conditions that are enforceable in court. A business agreement is, at its core, an exchange of promises and can be either oral or written. So even if you meet someone today and they give you an oral agreement that, hey, I'm with you, I want to be with you, Let me get, let me get inside of you, because I'm always going to be here for you. That's oral, but that don't hold up in court, but the written do. See, as of now, the only thing we have is that certified marriage certificate, but we can take it a step further. We can have the people whom we choose state to claim, hey, I'm with you, and as long as I'm with you, this is how it's going to be. And if I leave you for no reason at all, no reason at all for someone else, these are the stipulations of the agreement that if I walk out of here, this is what you get. And this is what I leave you with. You guys never even thought of that, have you? You guys never thought of that, have you? But let's dive into it. Why should your love life be looked at as a business? Because everything that you do is a business. You're a product. You have a cause. Men have a cause. Women have a cause. It's structured differently, but we have a cause. With women, the cause is a man's finances, a man's leadership, a man's provisions, protection, intelligence. On the woman's side of things, what you're negotiating is your looks, your femininity, your body type, your ability to cooperate, your ability to be submissive, your background. So what do I mean about background? Have you guys, let me think. I'm thinking. All right. Have you guys ever been to a job where they do a background check? And when you do a background check, what happens? They take your information. In America, they take your social security number. In Africa, they take your government ID number. They do a background check to see if you was ever arrested. Have you lived a violent lifestyle? How many jobs you had? What jobs you worked at? They do a background check. And we talked about this before. So when you do a background check, what happens? You get to know the individual that you're about to hire. And when you're in a relationship, believe it or not, when you accept a proposal by a man or woman, it's a business transaction. The problem is this. A lot of you guys never write your own contracts. You never negotiate. Business is all about negotiation. But a lot of you guys right now, you don't write your own contract. So therefore, you let the opposite party write the contract, be it written or oral. You let them write the contract, and then all the leverage is on their side. I was listening to a specific story today about a Black American company who signed up with a building company to build a home for them. But all the writing was in the leverage of the building company. And a day before that the home was to be completed, they backed out because the contract allowed them to. The contract allowed them to. And they put the house on the market that they built for these people who they were under contract with. And they built it and put it on the market for $300,000 more than the contract was already worth. The same thing with y'all. See, these people didn't have a lawyer. Not having a lawyer, it cost them their home, their dream home. They called it their forever home. But they lost it because they didn't have a lawyer looking over these terms of the negotiations. There really was no negotiation. It was just one-sided. Who was your negotiator? If it ain't your father, at the very least, your older brother or elder uncle or someone, then you have no lawyer. But let's stick with it. Let's stick with why y'all guys need a business contract when dating, when courting, when marrying. See, we know that the marriage certificates hold weight, but when y'all guys date, do y'all date contractual? Hey, I'm going to give you this, in return you're going to give me this. Let me set another example for you before we get our guests on. Let me set another example for you. Take a young girl at the age of 17, 18 years old. Girl meets boy. Girls say, I'm a virgin, but I feel like I'm in love with you. I feel for you. So I'm going to give my virginity up to you. But because there's no contract agreement, said boy takes girl's virginity and there's nothing in return. There's nothing in return but 6 months later saying, oh, I don't want you anymore. I'm going to the next one. You didn't negotiate right. You gave all the leverage to the opposite party. There was no negotiation. So then, when you're still running your business, because your body, your life is still your business. So when you're still running your business, okay, I made a bad business decision to give my body up. So now instead of getting top dollar for my body, I can't get top dollar anymore. So I lost a virginity, so I can't get top dollar anymore. So what's next? Okay, let me look for the best offer on the market for my body, for who I am, for my character. So then you go and get involved with another. And yet there are still no tangibles on the table. So now that next business transaction, use and abuse you. So you're now more damaged than the first transaction. So now the value of your business has gone down. Are you following? Your business has gone down. The cost of your company, if someone was to purchase your company, the cost continues to go down because of bad business decision making. It goes both ways though. Men make bad business decisions too. Example, men who are 20 years old go out and make a baby unmarried to someone who they not going to marry. Now what happens? You're not going to marry her. You want to move on with your life, but now you have an anchor. This is what I call an anchor baby. It ain't what Nigerians or whatever call an anchor baby. This is what an anchor baby truly is. So now you went out and had a baby. You made a bad business transaction. You slept with the girl. She got impregnated. Now she's having a baby. Now you're on the hook for even child support, or regardless of where you live, you're on the hook for support to support this kid. So now your business value have gone down. Because even if you move along in life, money is taken out of your business to go to a business that you're no longer incorporated with. And some of the ladies might be like, well, what if he's just not around, that he don't take care? See, that's still a bad business transaction. Because when men move like that, it follows them. It works on your mind. It works on your character. Everything that you do in life builds your character. You do something like that, it tears down your character. And then you find yourself in life not being able to be successful. Bad business decisions. So ladies, gentlemen, are we going to get on this program of mine that we're going to start making good business decisions? Ladies, have you made bad business decisions? And do you see the outcome of it? See, some of y'all might be in your 20s, some in your 30s, some in your 40s. See, the 30 years old, be it man or woman, they're reaping the repercussions of their bad business decisions. The 40 years old and above, the cloud is hanging over them so much from their bad business decision making that they completely gave up. That's why you hear a lot of 40, 45-year-old women saying that I'm okay with being alone. I'm okay. I don't need no man. I'm okay just how I am. I don't want the stress. It's not that they want it that way. Because if you ask them, would you have wanted this for yourself 20 years ago? If they answer you honestly, they would say no. But because of bad business choices. They have no option but to foreclose. So when they reach the age of late 30s, 40s, 45, 50, 55, 60, it's not that they don't want a man. It's that their business has foreclosed. So once a business foreclosed, that's it. Game over. On to the next one. And the same thing with a lot of men. It may take the bank a lot longer to foreclose on your business, but guaranteed, if you're not productive, your mistakes will follow you. And you will be foreclosed on too. So let's get into it. I want you guys to let me know. Have you made any bad business decisions with your love life? And if so, how do you think you can improve? Hit the request line if you want to hit up. Got a few now, but let me see. All right, let's see what we got. All right, is this moving slow? All right, I think you on. I got you on, so I don't know. It's asking me, do I want to cancel? All right, I got a few people here, but I'm trying to see why okay, now she's sending it again. Look like we're going to have another network issue, so she must be calling from Africa. That's the only time we get it. That's the only time we get this. Gotta get these braces up. It's killing me. All right. Who we talking to? Welcome to the show. Let me send my mic over here so y'all guys can hear in case. Okay, we're going to be dealing with network issues now. All right, you're going to have to get your network straight. I'm going to hang up and let you call right back. All right. Let's see who else we got. Who we talking to?
Hi.
Who's this?
How you doing?
Who is this? Who's calling?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria.
What's your name?
You said?
Who? All right. Listen, if you guys ain't got your camera right, if you're not sitting in one place, I don't even need your face. But if you're going to have the camera on, come correct. If you want to blank it out and do audio, that's fine with me. I'm not going to eviscerate you guys for that. But I don't want you guys walking around thinking you're going to talk to me like that. This is a show. Put yourself in one place. All right, let's get on with it. All right, I'm not sure why she's still not coming up. So we got everybody having network issues because I'm bringing you guys in, but someone is telling me that it's raining in Africa or Nigeria and Ghana. There's bad network. Okay, but y'all got to work through that. Y'all got to work through that. I told y'all guys, stop having one damn phone company. Don't just have MTN and have Voda, have Tigo. So learn that. Diversity, people, diversity. All right, back to it. Bad business decisions. They follow you. If a company makes such a bad decision where they lose a lot of money, the person in charge normally get fired. The same thing with you ladies that you got to understand. When you make bad business decisions, when you're in a relationship, or even let's stick with you in a relationship, bad business decisions. will get you dumped. You become single again. And what are these bad business decisions I'm talking about? Having a lot of mouth, not learning how to listen, wanting to be in a position that you're not naturally supposed to be in. You see, we see this a lot of times with my own sisters, my own Black American sisters. Now we're seeing it sometimes with our Ghanaian, our Nigerian, our Togolese sisters. Cote d'Ivoire might be a different situation, but I haven't been there in a while, so I'm not going to speak on it. But bad decisions will get you single for life. They will get you single for life. If we want to be sustained, legacy is what? Legacy for a woman is when you decide that I'm going to carry the seed of this man because he's a productive man in society, and I want to be a part of that. Legacy for a man is that I'm going to breed my seed through this woman because she's responsible as a mother and a wife, and I'm going to allow my legacy to be carried through her. But in order to find that, you can't be out here making bad business decisions. You see, guys can make bad decisions more than women. A boy and I say a boy respectfully, because that's what it is. From the teenage years to the age of 30, a male is pretty much a boy. He doesn't have the ability to lead anybody. And more so, to the age minimum of 35, a man is not ready to be married to anyone. Now, you can marry when you're young. What do you normally see? You see men who are bad leaders, bad providers, and bad protectors. Normally, they lead people that they're worth right back into a ditch that they just try to come out of. So bad choices can be made on both hands, on both sides. But women make bad business decisions when they decide that I'm going to be in high school and I'm going to give myself to this boy, even though that there's no tangibles in this transaction, that the only thing they could give me is a lot of talk, a lot of sex, and then when it's over with, I'm left with nothing. So you just made a business transaction where at the end of the day, you're left with absolutely nothing but damage. So now you want to bring another man on to do damage control. So now you got to ask yourself, is that, for that man, is that a good business decision to make? Ask yourself. When men look at you, ladies, is it a good business decision or is it a bad one? And how do you figure that out? Well, you figure that out this way, that you have 10 businesses to choose from. Okay, I want to invest in a business. I want to move forward in life. I want to build a family. I want to build a legacy. So in order to do that, I have to choose from all of these different businesses. What makes your business better than the one next to you? What are you bringing to the table contractually to say, hey, I'm going to give you these tangibles in order to receive your tangibles and resources. I'm going to give you this as a tangible to receive what you have as a resource. What is it, ladies? It can't possibly be what's between your legs, because every female on earth has that. But then we get the females who are talking, oh, well, what I got to give was between my legs is better than any, and when he get this, he gonna be whipped. Ladies, newsflash. When men run into people like that with no tangibles, nothing to bring to the table, they use and abuse it. They use and abuse it. Do men like good sex? Yes, we do. But knowing that those who give good sex don't bring tangibles, bring anything good to the table, it's only meant to be used and abused. And then we pass it on to the next man while we make our way to the people that can give us tangibles. That's just how it goes. It's always been that way, and it will never change. All right, let me let you hold on. All right. I don't know what's up with this one. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Oh, my braces are cutting the life out of me. 2 more months, guys. 2 more months, I get this crap out of my mouth. Not crap, because hey, $4,500 can't be crap. All right. Is she coming on? Cause she keep. All right. We gonna do this one more time, and then after this, I want to drop you for good because this is not working. So I don't know what the hell you're doing. All right. I don't know. All right. I tried bringing her in there, but I'm not sure what's happening. I'm really not sure what's happening. Guys, I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to bring them in here. But every time that I hit add, when they request, nothing is coming up. And they're dropping out. See, that's why you got to have 5G. I'm already 5,000 G. Flavor Flav told y'all best. All right. So, again, who can leave a comment and say that from what they're hearing now, they understand that relationships should be held as a business and a business transaction. Let's talk about marriage. A lot of you ladies say that you guys want to be married. Let's talk about it. Marriage in itself is a business transaction. If you ladies, men understand that we're a product. We have a value. We have a value placed on the market. We know that if we can't produce, our value is low. That's why you could get a man who's working a low paying job that doesn't really pay much, and he struggles to make his way through life. He understands that he can't get up and ask for a dime chick who has her own business, as they like to say, because they love bragging about business. He can't have a dime chick with a business who come from a particular upstanding home and has a lot of options. He just can't. So he's going to settle for what's on his market value place. A low-earning man is going to settle for a low-earning woman. It's always been that way, and it always will be. But see, the problem is that a lot of ladies don't understand that them being of low value, they feel like they deserve a man on a high-earning standard, a highly productive man in society. The world, society, I won't even say the world, I would say media. Media plays the biggest part in this. Media has told women that even though you are low value, you still deserve men of high value. It's a delusional episode, but this is what has been taught down to our women today. See, what women have to understand is that if you are of low value, you get nothing better than what you are. And what do I mean by that? I mean by who you are and whole. So you see, I'm not talking about what you make for a living. I'm not talking about what you do as a student, what you take up, biotech or whatever. I'm not talking about that. What I mean, your value is completely different than that of a man. Your value as a woman is about your looks, your body type, your height, your femininity, your ability to cooperate, and your submissiveness. That are your qualities. If you rank low in any of those qualities, you don't deserve a man up here. But if you come halfway up to those qualities, then yes, in all likelihood, you deserve a man in middle class. But if you rank low on those scales, you get nothing that is middle and upper. You get nothing but the lower class individuals like yourself. And I know it's hard to hear for a lot of people, but ladies, understand your looks, your body type, your body weight, your height, your character, even your voice, the way that you sound when you speak, all these things are calculated when dealing with men of high value, highly productive men. You can't change the world. And if you know that you can't change the world, you can't change men. Knowing this, A lot of y'all women who are running with this feminist movement, y'all getting the very same outcomes that y'all deserve. Nothing. At the end of the day, take a look at it. In the early 2000s with the millennials, I'm right on the border to be a millennial in the next generation, but right on the borderline with the millennials, they wanted to run out, not put marriage first, but have babies. Now you see millennials in their 30s. They're the very ones complaining that they don't have options as the type of man that they want. Because they didn't put marriage first. A lot of them went out and had babies. Now when you have a baby, your value drops dramatically. You see, as a woman, you having a baby out of wedlock, your value drops dramatically. A man having a baby out of wedlock, his value will drop, but it's not dramatic. It's just not dramatic. Look at Future and Ciara. Ciara, as they call it, got lucky. But Future has been the same since the beginning, since the end. I'm going to do a show about this, about the type of guys that girls really want. So I'm not even going to use this as an example right now, because there's a lot to unpack in this episode, in that episode. We're going to stick with this. Ladies, understand, when you make bad business decisions, your value drops dramatically. When men make them, their value slightly dips, but it's not dramatic. A man can have 4 kids and still have, as long as he's a highly productive man, 4 or 5 kids, he still is going to have the world of options. It's not that you just see with your celebrities. You see with anyone who is highly productive. Don't matter how many kids they have as a man, they're always going to have many, many options when it comes to women of all ages. I'm talking about men in their 30s, 40s, and sometimes 50s. They still have the options of any type of woman that they desire. But you ladies, it doesn't matter what you do in your financial world. Why do you think that you have a lot of ladies who are older these days, like the Erykah Badu's, the Keisha Cole's, the Lala Anthony's and all of them? Why do you think these women are dating down? They're dating a lot of younger men. It's not because they want it. It's because if you look at their past history, they actually desire to be with their husbands and so forth. I forget the mixed chick name. Thataway or whatever it is, Thataway Newton or whatever. She desired to be with her husband, but their husbands dropped them. And once they drop them, they realize that I'm a movie star, I'm a singer, I'm this, that, and the other. I have all this money and all this fame. But yet, it can't get me a high-value earning man. So what do? They drop down to younger men who can't provide for anything and not even themselves. Same thing throughout the world, even in Africa. Why in Africa do you think that you get these older bras that are heavy on the heavy side? And they made their way, they made a lot of money, they made a lot of fortune. But when you see them dating someone, the majority of times they're dating younger men, because the only thing they can get from them men is sex. They can't get leadership, they can't get protection, they can't get provisions. But they understand that no man who is my age wants me. I'm old and used up. No man wants me. So even my money can't bring me the type of leadership, provisions, and protection of a man that I desire. So I'm just going to have to settle for this young boy, and the best I could get out of it is sex on a daily basis until he runs off with someone else when he used my money up. Real talk. Real talk. Real life, real talk. Just how it is. Ladies, you are not as valuable as you think you are. I'm sad to bring it to you, but you just are not as valuable as you think you are. Look at yourself. For everyone who thinks they're a 10, chances are you're probably not. But everyone who think you're a 10, There's millions upon millions who are tens. But for productive, highly productive men, they're at an all-time low. So you look at men versus women, men who are highly productive are at an all-time low. Small percentage of men in the world. Women who are beautiful, all-time high. With all the additives, the BBLs, the makeup, the enhancements of breath, breasts, lips, whatever you want to insert in there. So the beauty of women are at an all-time high, but the value of men are at an all-time low. So guess what? Make better business decisions. And what do I mean by that? Ladies who think you're a 10, 9, 8, whatever it may be. A better decision, a better business decision will be to say that, you know what? I'm not all that compared to a lot of other women that I see. And even if I was, there are a lot of women who are equally or better than me. So if I can't find one to be with me who is highly productive, I better get used to being a side chick. That's a good business decision. That is a great business decision. That even though I think I'm beautiful as a woman, as y'all say, in order for me to be with a highly productive man who could lead, provide, and protect, and there's a likelihood that I'm going to have to be a side chick. I'm going to have to be a concubine if I want to get taken care of in life. Because what a lot of you guys are doing is not going to sustain you. Even being an IG models, OnlyFans, whatever. See, life changes very quickly, just the way social media changes. In 10 years, YouTube won't be what it is. YouTube will be MySpace. Just like the rest of social media. Then you're going to have new media platforms that come on to the scene. And when you have new media platform comes onto the scene, what happens? New people come onto the scene. And they will entice these men who are highly productive. They may have moved to their 30s, to their 40s, and to their 40s, to their 50s, but they're still highly productive. And they still have their choice of these new women who are coming on the platforms, these new platforms. So yes, to make better business decisions for you ladies, you're going to have to realize your value is not what you think it is. And I'm talking about the beautiful ones. I'm not even talking about the big ones who hit the wall or the ghetto trash ones. We're not even getting to that tonight. We're talking about the ones who think they are beautiful. You don't have leverage. Men don't need you. Men don't have to put up with you anymore. And that's what a lot of women are getting mad at. Men don't have to put up with you anymore. We have the internet. We understand now that we can get on a plane, go to this country, that country, that country, that country. And no matter what country we drop in, as long as we remain highly productive, we're going to have women at our feet. Now it's up to you to compete. If you're not willing to compete, you're just going to be left behind. The world will pass you. The world will pass by you. And you'll be a lonely, unproductive, broke-ass female. I'm giving you what's real. I'm giving you in 10 years' time. In 10 years, look at what happened with my generation, Generation Next and the millennials. Look at them now. They're suffering. They went out there and made babies and thought it was going to be all fun. They played the fun game, the hot girl summer game. Now they're looking at life like, damn, what do I do next? What do I do next? Men ain't checking for me. I thought guys was going to be checking for me because I had this, I had the fat ass, I had the big titties, or I had the nice dress, I had the nice weave. I thought men was going to be checking for me all days. Now they're finding out that men are moving on from you. Men are moving on from you. Men have too many options now. They have options of the whole world. It's not about America. It's not about Nigeria. It's not about Ghana. It's not about Togo. It's not about Egypt. It's not about the UK. It's not about Denmark. It's not about Spain. It's not about any of that. It's about all of that. Men who go out there and make something of themselves. We have all of that. We have all of these women dropping to our feet and demanding that we pay attention to them because they can compete with those who don't want to compete. And that's what a lot of women are angry at today. That's what the feminist movement is about today. See, things, how should I say, things materialize into different things. And the feminist movement is an example of that. It was about one thing. So now the feminist movement is about this today. The fact that we realize that men have many options and they don't have to choose us anymore. And they're walking away from us. So now we're going to throw a bigger fit. And that's all it is. They are throwing a fit. They realize that men don't need them anymore. We're walking away. We have too many options. Options of color, options of body shape, options of ages, options of background, options of ethnicity. We don't have to choose from you anymore. We just don't. We go to wherever we want. And get insults, your shame, insults, and guilt don't hurt us anymore. See, that guilt card used to be played, and it was played well by especially our black women. I give you that. I give my black women that. That guilt card has been played, but they're still playing it and don't understand that it's played out. It's played out. It's that guilt card, oh, you got to run to this country to go get you a wife, or you got to run to this race of people to go get your wife. We don't care. We're getting our wives. We're establishing our homes while you're sitting here complaining. You're sitting here talking about, oh, take men for whatever, do this to men, do that to men. These men ain't even paying you no mind. And that's why you're pouring in on social media with all this nonsense. Because now you understand that you need attention that is no longer being given to you. You're pouring out on social media all this nonsense because you realize that men are no longer paying attention to you. And the only attention of men that you can get are the lower value men. And it burns inside of you. It burns inside of you to know that these men who are intelligent, who are builders, who are thinkers, who are motivators, who are leaders, who are strong, who are alphas, they no longer care about you. They realize they can deal without you. Because for everyone that looks like you, there's a million others that look the same, but with better character. We realize that we can go to many different countries and find a traditional wife. We realize that we can even go find concubines. We realize that a lot of us who get our money right could be Solomon. 400 wives, 600 concubines, something like that. Over 1,000 women. Because he had the funds. Financially, he was capable of doing it. And now we're realizing as capable financial men, we don't have to put up with it anymore. We always going to find girls, women who are on our program. And that's why I say, ladies, what business decisions are you making? You can run with the feminist movement all you want, but is that a good business decision to make? And ladies, when you lay down with a man, what's the transaction that's in place? What kind of business transaction is in place? Are you jotting it down like, okay, we talk for a moment. This is what I'm going to need from you, and in return, this is what I'm going to give you. No, you're not doing that. A lot of y'all are so hot in the pants that y'all hopping in bed the same day that y'all meet a guy. And I've been that guy all of my life. I understand, but we in a new day. Give me 1 second. Oh, nasty. Can't show you that. But see, I've been that guy. One night stands, all that. But we live in a new day. See, we live in a day that in order to survive, survival is at an all-time high now. Because even in some of these modern countries, as they say, a lot of these provisions are being taken away from the government. So now, even though in the past days it was like, I can have no man and the government will take care of me. It's not going to be like that anymore. If you haven't noticed, the government is stripping away all those provisions for single mothers now. In Africa, y'all should know y'all don't have these provisions. So when we talk about Africa, y'all go out and make a baby with a boy, y'all done. It's over with. The chances of you marrying a high value, highly productive man is very minimal at best. Minimum at best. So you ladies in Africa, when y'all go and step out of wedlock and make babies, understand this. Your life is about a struggle, and you will struggle for the rest of your life. There's no way around it. You will struggle for the rest of your entire life. And any man of high value that comes to you, he will only use and abuse you. And then move on to the one that he really wants. Because, see, Africa has a right. The men there, they don't respect you when you have babies out of wedlock. Because you lay down with a man or lay down with a boy that you don't require that he marry you before you had a baby. You put having a baby, being a baby mama first before being a wife. Highly productive men will never respect you for that. They can only use you for what's between your legs and nothing more. So let this be an eye-opener, if you want to call it that. Let it be a teaching moment, if you want to call it that. If you are determined to lay down unprotected and give a man a baby and he doesn't marry you, consider your life a struggle ahead of you. You will never, ever have a highly productive life. Because in order to have that, you will have to have a highly productive man. He's just not going to take that on. You could be a concubine, you could be a side chick. He would deal with you, give you a couple of dollars for the time being. But at some point, even he's going to throw you back to the streets. It is what it is. You make bad business decisions, you go bankrupt. You get foreclosed on. That's just how it works. And even in America and the UK, they're seeing the same thing. And in Canada, they're seeing the same thing. You go out and make babies with these men who are not high earners, and then you have these babies and then want to come back and talk to us and say, hey, why don't you marry me? You don't understand how goddamn silly you sound to us. You just don't. You sound silly. You sound insane. This is what it is. And if you don't believe me, look at the results. Look at your results. Look at your results. Body count. High earning men. If you got a body count of 10, 20, 30, use and abuse. Make your girlfriend until we find what we want. It's just what it is. That's why I say that you have to treat your body. You have to treat your mind. You have to treat your life like it's a business. When you deal in a business, do you give things away for free? If you run a little shop, a little storefront, and customers come and they say, hey, I like this. How much is it? You say, oh, no, you could take it. You can have it. So therefore, you have no profit. You spent money. The spent money is called growing up. Getting to a point that you could be considered to be a wife. But when you get to that point that you think you're a wife or you think you're a good girlfriend material, but then a customer comes along and you give away to him what you're selling for free, that means there's no profit. And there's no profit, what happens? Normally or always, that business will shut completely down. Because when there's no profit, you can't stand on anything. If you can't stand on anything, you got to shut business down. So when you shut business down, what happens? You're roaming the streets homeless. Because you can't find anything good for you. You didn't handle your business well. Ladies, understand, if you can't look at yourself from this day forward as a business, you will fail in life. If everything that you do with a man is not a business transaction, you will fail in life. If every time you get involved with a man and there are no stipulations, no tangibles, you will fail at life because you have not identified how to conduct business. And those who cannot conduct business properly wind up on the streets, wind up struggling for the rest of their life, begging for crumbs, becoming street sellers, selling pure water, the water is pure. If that's what you want, that's what you will get because you don't conduct business properly. You see, I'm a father figure to a lot of y'all. And that's what I'm going to continue to be. Because a lot of things that I tell you, as I talk to y'all, your fathers have never told y'all any of this. But I'm here to tell you. Because I want you to move properly. I want you to move in a way that you can be successful in life. I don't want anything bad for y'all. If I wanted that, I wouldn't even be here. I'd just be talking ish all day. But that's not my purpose. My purpose is to see y'all flourish by moving in a proper way, to handle your business in a proper way. What's between your legs is a business transaction. What's on your chest is a business transaction. Just like the prostitutes. But see, the prostitutes, they get temporary business satisfaction. They get temporary tangibles that don't last. They don't even last until the next day. So I'm not saying to be like that. I'm saying to transact business in a way that it can last your lifetime. And if you don't understand that when it comes to business transactions, that some of you guys, some of you ladies are going to need to be concubines and side chicks to men who are productive in order that you could be cared for, in order that you can have children that you don't have to struggle with, paying school fees and all that other type stuff, then you're not listening. You're fantasizing. Because a lot of you young ladies, y'all fantasize about, I'm going to find this young boy the same age as me. We're going to have sex and everything's going to be blissful and beautiful. Only to find out that he's walking away to do the same thing to another chick. And you left with what? Loss of virginity. Lost value. You lost value. Then 2, 3, 4, 5 relationships down the line. At the age of 23, 24, 25, now 27. Still unmarried. Up in age, lost a lot of value. And you know what I'm saying is true and correct. That's why I say, transact. Do everything. Move in a way that everything that you do in relationships is a business transaction. You'll get to the love part later. You'll get to the love part later. But if you put love before business, you're asking for a lifetime of suffering. Again, if you put love before business, you're asking for a lifetime of suffering. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. We couldn't get our guests in here tonight. I'm guessing they had bad internet. I don't know how all 4 people had bad internet. But all right. If that's what it is, let's see. Should I bring? Oh, do we want to do this? Let me ask. All right. I don't know if I want to do that right yet. All right. Let me try to do this. Oops, leave to the wrong person. All right. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, guys. We got just under 100 people in here. We should have like at least on a Friday, we should be having at least 300 people on here. I'm very disappointed. We should be having 300 people, not 100. So y'all going to have to get this together. All right. Let's see. Let's see this is. All right, let's see if we link up. If not, I'm gonna bring the other parties in there. I don't know what y'all guys are requesting, but it's not going through. And I learned how to do this. All right. It says going, going, going. So let's do this. I gotta give me a new camera for do the Zoom. All right, guys. Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Because I'm not gonna keep the people waiting. What's going on? Good old fried chicken.
Hey.
Hey. All right. Who else is here? Someone else is here. Who is this? All right. Okay. Let me look at who the heck is this. All right. What is this? Self-affiliate or whatever. All right. Drop out. Drop out. All right. Let's get your comments real quick.
Yeah, I've been listening and you really did well today. Very well. Like on a scale of 10, I give you 9.5. Cause
I'll give you 9.5 for your attitude then. How about that? Now I dropped that to a 7.5.
Why?
Woman, just take your comments. What you got?
All right, I have just a little to say. All I have to say is that you said the whole truth, especially the way men has been is behaving nowadays. Women has to consider that as they should just
Say that
stop.
again? What'd
I
you say?
said, I said, the way men are behaving nowadays, they just use women and dump them. It should just be used as business, like you're saying. Women should not use their whole heart, like, oh, I love him and that's all that matters. And then before you realize the next day he dumped you. So I think on the other way, yeah, I really go with what you're saying as a business, both of you, because first of all, that's what it's all about. The guy approached you because he wants something. So you also going into that relationship, you should be able to foresee what you want. You should be able to know what you're gonna get out of that relationship, which is not supposed to be like that in the first place. It should be all about love, like taking care of each other and
What
all
did you?
that. But
Who said that? Who said that? Who said it's supposed to be all about love? Where did that come from? It's supposed to be all
yeah,
about
love.
love. Where did that come from? Where do that come
I
from?
think I'm speaking on behalf of women because women are always emotional, you know that. And when we go into a relationship, it's all about the heart. Like, oh, I love him, and that's all that matters. I love him. I love him. That's all we think about. But men, they look at something else. Can she give me kiss? Can she be, how do you call it? Can she be able to be there for me? Will she um, be able to, I don't know, help me and be my helpmate, be my supporter, be there and all that. But for women, all we care about is I love him. I love him. I love him. That's all.
All right, but anyway, fantasy is built off love. Only when you live in a fantasy world that you talk about love. When you think about what you need as a woman, You think about your future, or you're supposed to be thinking about your future. You're supposed to be thinking about your children, your husband, your provisions, your leadership, and your protector. So last time I checked, love doesn't check any of those boxes.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. I said that's why when you pour in your whole heart, like I love him and that's what that matters, it ends up with disappointments because he
Let me,
does.
let me tell you why it's not love in the first place. Love is everlasting. If it was love in the first place, why do people break up constantly and go into new relationships saying they love this person, they love the next person, love the next person, love the next person, love the... It's not even possible to do that. It's called infatuation. Y'all ladies take it as love. Because if it was love, you would never leave a man in the first place. When you see these marriages and people make bad business decisions because they say, oh, he cheated, so I'm going to divorce him. Then they wind up broke and struggling for the rest of their life, made a bad business decision, but they thought it was about love. You see, they put what they thought as love first before business. But if they would have thought about business, hey, this is business. I need to be provided for. I need to be taken care of to the day that I die. I need my kids to be able to get through school, get through college, and get through these things. I need to be able to have myself a house and a car. I need to be able to know that I don't have to worry about what's going to be my table tonight and how to get it to my table tonight. See, they are good business decisions. But if they thought that way, you would never hear women say that, oh, I left him because he cheated. He slept with this girl. He went out and slept around. It's not a good business decision. No, I'm
Yeah,
being serious.
you're
Life is
right.
about business.
Yeah,
Like it or
yeah.
not. But we're living, we got so many people that we gave this delusional fantasy world that life is about love and roses and flowers, that everything has to be so good, so great, and we have to feel a certain type of way. It's not so. But the very people who think like that are the very ones who find themselves out divorced or single for the rest of their lives in their 40s and 50s and have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah, and I get it. I get it. But love quantify all this. Love is the code for all this because when you love someone, that is when you provide for them. You make sure you always be there for them when they need you and all that. But you can love someone and at the same time let them go because you can see that they're not good for you. You can love someone, but they're not good for you, so you let them go. So
If you
it's just
love, first of all, if you love someone, you understand who you're with. See, women say they love a man and then a man cheats and then they go. But yet you will hear the same, I heard this today. You will hear the same woman who broke up with a man for cheating, but said that all men are like that because men are not made to be with just one woman. So she totally contradicted herself. She totally contradicted herself. She said she left because the man was cheating. In the same breath, or a few sentences later saying, but that's all men, because all men desire to have many, many women. Because that's how men are made by God. She said it's natural for men. So it's like, which one is it? But she made a bad business choice. And it sounded like that she only understood that after she left and that he picked up someone else. So he was no longer available to her. But it's like she recognized that, damn, I made a bad business decision. Because all she could say is how she was struggling. She was 42 years old, working a minimum wage job, and talking about she had to give her life to her kids because of what her husband did. And she didn't have a lot of time to improve herself. So she can only keep the minimum wage job and do her best to get her kids in college. She made a poor business decision.
yeah,
But this is what this whole thing is about. It's about the best business choice. When you're running a business and you have a partner, you got this multi-million-dollar company that you're running together, but your partner do something to hurt your feelings. You break off the company and say, well, I'm just going to lose all these millions of dollars because he hurt my feelings.
That is very scarce. It's very rare. That's why rich men they go and do whatever they want to do, but their wives still stay there because they just calculated all their losses and their gains and realized that nah, if I leave, I'm gonna lose a lot. Especially when you hustle with the person from the beginning and then you guys have a humble beginning and then at the top of it, he just went out and do all those kind of BS styles. But you still stay for the sake of your children, for the sake of your future, for the sake of what you're gonna lose when you leave. You just stay. So, like you always say, when a guy has money, he has lots and lots of options. Even though it's very difficult for us women to swallow the the decision that, oh, he's cheating, but you still can't leave because you just looking that you've come a long way with this guy. You don't want your kids to be taken care by another woman. You don't know what they'll go through and all that. So it's I just get it. I get what you're trying to say, and then we should
And
actually
it's not even that.
be.
It's not even that. It's that if you walk away, you're going, in all likelihood, these women are out here struggling, but the man ain't going to struggle. He's going to continue to move on and build with someone else and give them the very things that you could have had if you just shut your mouth and stayed.
Shut your mouth. First of all, he's not supposed to do it. He's not supposed to do that. You know what your theme for today is very good. It's really, really good because women need to wake up before you have babies with any man, before you get into marriage. You know, getting into marriage, you have to realize that see these potentials from this guy. Like, we don't have money today, but I can see he's visionary. He has a whole lot of plans ahead. He's hardworking. That is promising. You know, you should be able to think of your children, your unborn children. When I have kids with this guy, is he gonna be able to take care of my kids? Would it, like you always say, you
No,
just set it up.
but they got that first of all, that has to be worked out. That should be an agreement before you even start in that way. Before you even start taking each other seriously. To be honest, like I said earlier, even before a girl lays down and give herself up to a man, there should be an understanding what I'm giving you, but what can you give me in return? See, y'all ladies are not doing that today. So that's why y'all losing. That's
Yeah,
why
because
men are just using y'all because you're not understanding that, hey, this is what I have to give. What can you give me? Let's come to an agreement. Y'all don't even do that. Y'all don't even negotiate. That's a failed
you know
business. Any business that does not negotiate is a failed business.
the same man you're talking about right now are the ones when you bring out these kind of suggestions, this kind of what you want, they'll be like, oh, she's a good digger. Oh, she wants something like she. But that's the case. A woman
Who? What
because
type
I
of
want
men?
something. You with me because
First
you
of all,
also want.
no, that's the majority of broke men who don't produce anything. That say she a gold digger. Most high earning men understand what a woman needs and what they desire. That's why, since the days of the beginning, that men could take wives and they could take concubines. Concubines want provisions to be taken care of. Call it a gold digger, but men understand that, okay, this is what she is. She can only be a concubine. And that's what a concubine is. Someone who is not wife material, but needs your resources in order to survive, which you just called a gold digger. That's the very definition of a gold digger. A woman who needs a man's resources in order to survive. So therefore, a man will place his or give his resources to that and call it a concubine because he understands that the only thing he can get from that is sexual intimacy and satisfaction. But he understands that it's not a wife, it's not one for wife material. That's why she's a concubine and not a wife.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
That
all be done, it's all done the wrong way. Concubines get changed. Just like since forever, you can have a concubine have an agreement. Hey, normally they had agreements. I'm going to be a concubine for this such a years, say 3 years, 7 years, 8 years, whatever it may be. During that time, you're going to provide. She's going to give you what you need. But it's normally with a concubine, there's a given amount of time that the two come in agreement with. When that time frame is up, she's free to go and be another man's concubine. That's the difference between a concubine and a wife. And there's nothing wrong with that because it helps the world survive. I don't have anything against that at all. That's the way God intended it to be with fallen man. Not from the beginning, but with fallen man.
And you know what? This scenario, I'm gonna use this scenario when a woman even have a kid out of wedlock. Let's see, she has a kid out of wedlock, or she's a divorcee, but that kid's father is very financially situated, like he's capable of taking care of his child. The next guy you're gonna be involved with is gonna give you that kind of respect because you don't need that guy to take care of your child for you because that child you have is being taken care of by her father or his father. You know, that kind of respect is also gonna level you up. Like the guy is gonna know that, oh, okay, she's responsible, she has
Yeah,
kids.
you lost me. You lost me on that one.
You know, that's true.
Say that again.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
Nah, I'm hearing a lot of babble, but I'm trying to figure it out. You said a girl would have a son and move to another man, but that man would respect her.
I said when a woman has a child out of wedlock or she's a divorcee, but that child's father is financially capable of
Well,
taking
first of
care
all,
of his own.
wait, before you finish, a divorcee and um a divorcee and out of wedlock are two totally different things and two totally different ways of respecting a woman. So you can't interchange them. They're not interchangeable. So please don't try to do that. So use one for your example. Just use one for your example. Continue.
Okay, let's use the one out of wedlock because when you're divorced, your husband, your ex-husband, still have to take care of his kids regardless. Let's say wedlock, yeah, you had a kid out of wedlock, but the kid's father is financially capable. Like there are guys like that, they take care of their child even though he's out of wedlock. They make sure they are there for their child and then do everything. I'm saying that when it comes to that, when you are in that kind of situation, whoever you're gonna be involved with next, like the next guy you're gonna be with, will have a little bit of respect for you because he doesn't have to come and take that kind of burden on him. The kid is already being taken care of. That's what I'm trying to prove.
But if she married a guy, the kid will still be in his home and he would still have to provide. So yes, he still will be taking care of the kid, regardless of what. And you're talking about he will have a little respect for her. Yes, he will have a little respect, but he won't have the ultimate respect for her. So yes, there's a difference between that.
Okay, Steve.
I'm just saying, it is what it is, man. But
Yeah.
we gonna have a whole episode about baby mamas. So we might do that next week. So just hold on for that. All right.
Okay, I hear you. For your topic today is really nice. It's really nice. I wish ladies would stop being like, oh, I love him, and that's it. That's why they just take women for granted. Make sure you get something out of it. Make sure your kids get situated. Your kids get a good, a promising future or something good out of it.
Guess what? Guess who's going to get more out of it than the girls will?
Who?
Take a guess.
The kids. If you have kids,
Take another guess.
I don't know.
You know. You know. You know. Because
Yeah,
the minute she starts acting up, guess what's going to happen? That highly productive man is going to replace her.
yeah, because he has money. Sure, we all know that. Men do.
Money, influence, respect. As long as he have money, influence, and respect, he will always be at ease with replacing her.
Mm. That's why women also want to be something, be able to, so that when she's not there, you're going to miss her.
Ain't nobody missing no baby mama. Who's somebody else baby mama? Ain't nobody missing on that.
Some women
You
are
can find
baby,
a lot of baby mamas. You can
but
find a lot of baby mamas.
listen, please listen. It's not that bad. There are, I'm not saying it's good, but there are women who are baby mamas, but they are very productive. Like they add a
Do
whole.
you want ever? Do you want to find? Do you ever want to find yourself in that situation?
No, I'm just saying. Like,
Exactly. So don't give me that. There's a lot of baby mamas. No, they get the baby mama treatment. Baby mamas get the baby mama treatment. Bad decision makers, bad business people. So if you have a bad business maker, if you know somebody and you know that they make bad business decisions and their whole business went flop, so you say, hey, I know your business went flop because you made so many bad decisions, but I got this business rocking over here. Let me bring you into my company. Is that what you do?
if they are mentally able, like they are
No,
very capable of doing
you
great
see how
things.
if they were capable, why would their business have went flop because of many bad business decisions? Oh, get out of here! You can't even keep it real. Can't even keep it real. Get out of here! Beat it. All right, guys. All right, man. This is what it is, and this is how it has to be. Understand. Make sure that you guys, if you're watching, I'm gonna try out a special Zoom YouTube tomorrow under the same name. You could punch in Marion Ghana, Marion African, or Stephen D. Lyles, whatever. I'm gonna try to do mid afternoon, maybe like 2 o'clock p.m. here Eastern U.S. time, to do a special broadcast tomorrow. It's going to involve my African people, my U.S. people. So it's something that needs to be done. And I think I'm going to try to do the Twitter space. If I don't do that, I'm going to do the Twitter space. So if not tonight, tomorrow, you can come back and see a post with my Twitter space and all that, and a post, whatever. So you guys can link up with me on Twitter. But again, I think we had some profitable talk, and everything's about profits, because when you're dealing with business, you're dealing with profits. You got to look at your net profit versus your gross profits. When you get a paycheck, you see your gross and you see your net. It's the same thing with business. And again, ladies, your business is your body, your looks, your height, your weight, your ability to cooperate. And men, your business is your ability to provide your leadership and your provisions and your protection. So we have two different businesses that want to partner with each other so that we can create something greater. It's like when you see two moguls, when you see like T-Mobile and Sprint bond together to create something bigger. When you see Google and YouTube, when you see Instagram and Facebook, there are two different types of business structures that bonded together to become more dominant. And it's the same way with you. But you have to understand the value of your company. The value of your company ain't just in between your legs, because everybody got that. So if everybody got it, that means you got an oversaturated market. And if the market is oversaturated with the same thing, which is what's between your legs, the market is oversaturated. So now people are not going to pay a premium. They're going to pay a lower end price because they understand they can get it from anywhere. So that's why you have to build your company up to be something greater, something better. You have to give more premiums. You have to give more additives, add more additives onto your company. You have to give the customer base more reason to say, this is why you should come buy from us rather than the people across the streets. Not just because we give a better discount, but because we give better product, we give better service, and we throw an additional buy two, get one free in there. So it's the same way with y'all. Same way with y'all. But when you add kids out of wedlock into that, it's like stripping the quality. If you make a fried chicken, it's like, damn, we was making some good ass fried chicken, but now we ain't got the type of seasoning we used to use because we can't afford it no more. So now your chicken don't taste the same. Get me? Now you frying up them plantains. But when you frying up them plantains, you were getting a whole lot of business. Like everybody coming from my fried plantains on the corner. But then you realize that I can't get that cooking grease that I used to, so I got to use a substitute. So I'm frying my plantains in this, and they just don't taste the same. So every business decision you make lowers your quality. It lowers your quality, lowers your asking price. Keep your asking price high. You can only do that by keeping the damage low. Nobody wants to buy a car that's been damaged. Every time you go out there and have sex with different men, that's another dent in your car. You went out there and bought the 2020 6 Series 612 BMW. No, I'm thinking about the 612 Ferrari. You went out there and got the 612 Ferrari, Scala 80 or whatever it is. Your car's worth like $500,000. Somebody hit it, put a dent in it. Damn, gave up that virginity. So you got a big ass dent in your engine department on the back where Ferraris are, engine are placed. Now, drop that $500,000 to about $300,000 because they got to go back and repair all that damage that was done from somebody else. Second boyfriend, third boyfriend, fourth boyfriend, all these damn dents in this Ferrari. It was a beautiful ass car, but now I got so many dents in it that I got to spend so much money just to repair it. You had a $500,000 car that's worth probably about $50,000 now. And it only is worth about $50,000 with all the dents and the damage done because of the Ferrari. But the engine is broke. The mind is broken. The heart is broken. So now instead of paying $50,000 for this $500,000 car because it's just so goddamn damaged, it's going to take my $50,000, add another $20,000, get me a nice 2022 BMW. I'm going to rock out with that. Life's going to be beautiful. Because now I'm at peace. I ain't got nothing to worry about. I ain't got to worry about making no repairs, wondering if the engine is ever going to be the same again after being damaged. I'm going to have to worry about none of that. And when I'm saying that goes to you ladies who think y'all 8, 9s, and 10s. When so much damage is done, when you lost so much value, it's better for us just to go get the BMW, the 7s. Have our peace of mind. Have a beautiful family. We ain't working with all that having to send you to therapy every other week. Just in order to hope that you'll get right. Yeah, man, we're not doing it. We're not doing it anymore. So, all right. I think this is going to be it. I think we had a good night. We got a lot of people that joined in. Thank all of you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for joining in. Hope you found this enlightening. You gained something from it. Like I said, we're going to continue to do this every Friday night, God willing, and whatever days of the week that I just might pop up. So always keep that notification button on and let you know that when I go live, you guys see me. Because anytime I go live, we're going to do something special and good for you. We're never going to bring you nothing boring. We're going to bring you some good, great-ass content. All right, guys, with that said, make sure you head over to the YouTube. I'm going to start getting back on Facebook, but I'm going to have somebody do that for me because I don't have the time in the day with the things that I do in life. Got a business to run, family to take care of, and just too much. So anyway, like I said, if y'all guys want to contact me directly, y'all can always hit me up at Twitter. Once again, we're going to do a Twitter space tomorrow. Check for the post tomorrow morning. And everything will be in the description box where you click on and get to Twitter to hook up with me. So with that said, I hope once again you enjoyed the show. All I can say, man, by the grace of God that we are all here, by the grace of God I'm doing this, by the grace of God y'all are watching. So let's just make sure we give thanks to our Creator, to our Lord, to our Savior, or to however you understand God to be. But with that said, let's continue this. Let's get to this. Let's get to our 10,000 subscribers. By the end of July, please, let's get to 10,000 subscribers. Because by the end of the year, we want 100. But by the end of July, let's get to 10,000 subscribers or 10,000 followers here on Instagram. So in order to do that, You guys got to talk about this. You got to share it on your Facebook, your Instagram, and your Twitter. So without you, I'm nothing. So thank you again. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Good night.